Hey everybody, Joe from JoeLevi.com here, and I thought I'd tell you today about something that I kind of like. It's one of the hobbies of mine. And if you've been following the markets at all, it might be of interest to you. If you haven't been following the markets, you might think this is kind of interesting. Now, most of you know, I don't have an awful lot of money. But when I do my investments, in addition to my 401k and whatnot, I like to get some of these guys. That is a 1 ounce silver coin. Really pretty, minted by the US Mint, and has a face value of, get this, $1. That's right, $1. So this is a real silver dollar, but not in the sense that you're familiar with, which is back when we had real money minted with real precious metals, not the fiat currency that we have today that's worth whatever you can get for it. Money was minted with silver and gold and all kinds of fun stuff. You could have a silver dollar that was like 90% silver, or a silver quarter that was 90% silver. Today, we don't have that. It's silver colored, but it's not real silver. But that's not what I want to tell you about today. Looking at this, you can hear that. It's a neat little sound. If you want to go and buy one of these right now today, and of course by the time you view this video the price may have changed, you're going to end up spending right around $25 US if you go down to your coin shop to buy it. It doesn't sound like a whole bunch, or maybe it sounds like a whole lot considering it's got a $1 face value. But here's the interesting part. Today silver closed around $19, a little bit more than that. $19 per ounce. Now that means if you bought a silver bar, you could expect to pay for every 1 ounce, right around $19.50. To buy a coin, typically you have a $2, maybe a $3 markup on that spot price. That's where things get funny. I'm not really great at math, but if you take 19.5 plus 3, that's not $25. Okay, that's far from it. So why does this cost you $25? To answer that question, I got to go back a little bit. You want to buy a silver bar? Great. You can buy a 1 ounce bar, a 10 ounce bar, 100 ounce bar, or a 1,000 ounce bar. 1,000 ounce, that's huge, especially when it's like 20 bucks an ounce. That's really expensive too. 100 ounce bars, a little bit more in the price range of the normal person. Still a little bit steep for my blood, but hey, I've actually seen some of these bars and they're really cool and they're really heavy. So you can call up your broker and say, hey buddy, I want to buy a 100 ounce silver bar and have it delivered. You're still not going to pay $19.50 per ounce. Why not? Well, if you go ahead and buy it, you're going to be paying closer to $22, $23 an ounce, which then puts you right back at the $2 to $3 markup on spot to get a coin. But why is the price, the spot price of the metal, so much lower than the real price of the metal, or the delivered price of the metal? Sure, you've got shipping and handling to include in there, but I'm not counting that as part of the price of the coins or the bars. That's on top of it. If you want to buy a 100 ounce bar of silver, you're going to be paying more than the spot price. But why is that? Anybody want to guess? You're wrong. Well, since I can't hear you, unless you said that you're actually buying paper silver. Now I know, what's paper silver? Paper silver is a contract. It is a promise to sell you silver at that price. So if you buy $19.50 worth of silver right now, 1 ounce of paper silver, somebody is promising to give you 1 ounce of silver. Okay, great. Until you actually want to get that silver. At that point, you're probably out of luck. Recent case, and I'm not going to name names here, okay, but you can go back on the interwebs and look it up. A really big company got called on the carpet, got sued, because they were selling their investors silver. But it wasn't real silver. The problem that you had here was this wasn't just an investment in silver saying, yeah, you've got so many ounces of silver. You were doing that, but you were buying a storage contract and paying them to store your silver. Sounds like real legitimate silver to me, doesn't it? The problem was when you went and called this really big, really reputable company and said, hi, I would like you to give me the weights and the serial numbers off of all of those 100 ounce or 1,000 ounce silver bars that I have, they weren't able to do it. Why weren't they able to do it? They didn't have the real metal. Crazy. They said they did. They were charging you to store it, but they didn't have it. So that was the problem. That's why if you don't have this in hand, all you've got's a promise. And it's an empty promise at that. Now back to why does the price fluctuate so much? Or rather, why is there such a discrepancy in spot and delivered prices? You're not buying real silver when you buy it at spot anymore. That's not how it should be. What you're buying is a promise. And that promise isn't any good until they deliver on it. And I'm sorry, my friends, but unless you have these in hand or in a safe deposit box or under a mattress or in a hole in the backyard or wherever you want to put it, unless you physically have the silver, you don't have the silver. You've got a promise. When you need that silver, it's not going to be there. Or maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Here's your chance. Comment, call me a crazy guy. Ask me how much of this I have. I'll show you. Ready? Right before I take it to the bank. There you go. 20 coins. That is half a grand in silver right there. And by the time this video hits the interwebs, it'll be in my bank account, or my safe deposit box rather, so don't try tracking me down, finding out where it is. But for anybody who doesn't have silver in their portfolio, I would highly recommend you start getting some. Dave Ramsey's going to disagree with me. Sorry, Dave, but you also talk about diversification, and I think having tangible material like silver in hand is a lot better than having 1,000 shares in a mutual fund. Even if it's a really good mutual fund, that's not going to do me any good if everything goes kaput. I'm hoping that it doesn't, but that's why I've diversified some of my portfolio into having this. So as long as I can get into my bank, I've got this, and of course I've got 3 or 4 of these kicking around under the mattress just in case I can't get into my bank. So silver, good idea, bad idea? You tell me. Do you have any? Do you want to have any? Did I just waste my time explaining to you what this silver stuff is? I want to know. Let me know. Comment below. If you like the video, thumb it up. If you don't like it, thumb it down. You can always go to joelevi.com and comment there. But of course, I'd really love to see your mug, so send me a video comment to this video and let me know if I'm crazy or if I'm the most brilliant person in the world. And if this advice helped you at all, feel free to contribute to the PayJoe Mortgage Fund, which you can get to by going to bit.ly/joes-mortgage. Thanks, and have a great day!